Hello everyone, Ashik Reviews here, and today we are going to discuss about an interesting topic. You might think that Nen exorcism are not that much important as other abilities are, because they are only seen when someone puts a curse in your body. To be specific, it's Nen curse. Basic example of Nen curse would be Kurapika's judgment chain, which was used on 3 members of the Phantom Troop that resulted in the deaths of 2. Meanwhile, Grenthus, Countdown and Knuckles Nen Beast are also a type of Nen curse, but despite the fact that the existence of Nen is one of the best kept secrets in the entire world, the fact that curses exist has given rise to a response which has resulted in exorcism. And to explore more, let's look at our first Nen exorcist, Benganu. We know him from the Greed Islander. People might forget that some of the Phantom Troop members and our beloved Hisoka came to the Green Island, which was located in the east of York City, just to find a Nen exorcist for our Spiderhead Rolo to remove the judgment chain of Kurapika. And that proves that how rare these individual exorcists are, because the Hunter Association, which are filled with skill hunters capable of Nen abilities, has only one specialist capable of exorcising Nen. Now as for our Benganu, he was the first to display how Nen exorcism technically works, which actually depends on your Nen affinity. Now Benganu is a conjurer, so his Nen exorcism will make use of conjuration type skills, which is not necessarily needed for every other cases. Benganu set up a ritual to remove curses on or perform an exorcism. Now he has set some conditions for his Nen exorcism, such as to go through a specific ritual involving setting up a camp, lit a fire, introducing words as well as prayers to a Nen beast, which I assume is just to make his exorcism more proficient and powerful, as well as maximizing the chances through Nen limitations. Now as we see him performing his exorcism, we learn that a Nen exorcism isn't simple removal or disposal of a Nen curse. To be more specific, it needs to be traded for something else, which the exorcist needs to be rather than the victim. In Benganu's case, we see him conjure a Nen beast, which will gradually remove his Nen curse. But until the conditions of the disappearance of the curse set by the owner of the ability are met, the conjured beast of Benganu will stick to him and feed off his Nen. The bomber's condition of this Nen curse's disappearance was to touch him and say, "I got the bomber." Then the curse will fully vanish and the Nen beast will disappear. This shows us that an exorcism has its own rules, conditions and limitations based on how you try to use this. Now we move on to our Spiderhead Krolos curse, which was set by Kurapika. Now I don't have a specific idea on what Kurapika's condition to remove his curse would be. We can at least assume that his judgment chain is somewhat powerful than Genthrus Countdown ability. So in order to remove that Nen curse, our Benganu would either have to conjure a gigantic Nen beast, or he would have to change the conditions and the limitations of his ability to remove Nen curses. Either way, it would result in a pretty dangerous situation for Benganu. But seeing Krollo back in action with his Nen ability, we can assume that our Benganu has done a pretty serious and excellent job. Moving on from that, let's look at a forgotten individual during the Chimera Enter, Hina. She was a squad captain, and Hina also happens to be an exorcist. In her case, she is a specialist, so it is difficult to explain or assume how her powers work, because we see that specialists can pretty much use their power to create their own Hatsu as they please. Well, under certain conditions, of course. Hina had exorcised Chitu's Nen curse, which was placed by Knuckle, and one of her conditions for the removal was that her belly would grow a gigantic form, making her look like a pregnant woman. Now we don't know how he would remove Knuckles' condition out of her body, because the next thing you know, Chitu was one-shot by Silva Zoldyck. So it might be the case that she had her condition removed because Chitu died, or something else. Now another Nen exorcist was introduced during the chairman election arc. She was brought to remove Gon's limitations and conditions. She is actually the only Nen exorcist in the entire Hunter Association and highly trusted among the top hunters, I mean the Zodiac. But she was unable to remove Gon's curse and also very much terrified after seeing the curse itself. She also stated that there was no Nen exorcist in existence who could remove Gon's curses which Gon put on himself. Now that makes quite a lot of sense because Gon's limitations and conditions were pretty absurd. As for Nen curses, Gon displayed the most powerful and dangerous ability in the Hunter x Hunter series as it was the ultimate condition of Nen. So Nen exorcism also has its own limit. Now this developed an interesting topic to think about, which is the Nen affinities to develop Nen exorcism Hatsu. We see that Bengano can conjure a Nen beast, which is conjuration, and Hina's type is specialization. In both of these affinities, we see they both transfer their cards to themselves or other object created by them. But what about other Nen affinities? I mean, I cannot see enhancing and manipulation got anything to do with Nen exorcism, because if Gon was to conjure or something specialization, then that would change everything. But that aside, still limits of Nen only depends on how you use it. So we might see something interesting in the near future because Hunter x Hunter develops in quite a slow pace and we don't actually have full information on Nen exorcism. But this pretty much covers everything about Nen exorcism, I think. So for today, bye bye everyone, and subscribe for new contents on anime and manga.